danger. Oh, my city, she never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, oh. Give it
Story, Smackdown fans. Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story are:
Truth has ruined Mavericks' life.
Has Aleister Black snapped?
And 2 out of 3 falls is the flavor of the week.
All that and more coming up. Stay tuned. Hello, James.
Hello,
Welcome back to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT, and after every pay-per-view. Yes, there are lots of things that do not make sense in tonight's show.
I want to see Drake Maverick pin Shane McMahon.
And then stand up and say he's the greatest ever?
No, say he's the best in the world.
Yeah, best in the world. Whatever.
I'd be okay with it. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so to read Scott's comments, the show tonight gave me a headache, so Samoa Joe and Alexa Bliss didn't have to do anything to get title matches. Samoa Joe hasn't won a singles match
since...
Now
wait. Samoa Joe threw Kofi back, off of the back of the ramp and, into the walls and everything else, so that should earn you a title spot.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute, okay. Samoa Joe hasn't won a singles match since Mania. Please make sense of this. Yeah. I think we kind of have to, because honestly, it makes no sense whatsoever. And what they did tonight kind of makes even less sense than that, because I just don't get it. Why they had to have the Dolph and Kofi match if they were going to leave it as is. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't... A lot of the things, like I said, there's several things that don't make sense. I thought we were headed towards, the right direction. And
this, I felt, was a step backwards compared to Raw yesterday.
Yeah, definitely.
It wasn't great. Why don't the guys chasing our Truth attack Kofi? They get title matches.
Yes, definitely. They should attack Kofi.
Because when you attack somebody, apparently that gives you the right to get a title match. So, we don't open the show, but, of course, we have to get Shane at the beginning of the show somewhere, because he's not going to be in the opening segment. So, they have this little promo video where he's backstage and he's like, well, you know what? After Taker decided to come and help good old Roman yesterday, I'm in a bad mood. I am mad. So people in the locker room, beware. Don't make me angry.
Export a lot of 2 out of 3 falls match. We're going to talk about that too.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. See, with that, I get why they are doing the 2 out of 3 falls matches. I don't like it though.
I still don't get why they're doing it.
I know why they're doing it.
Your theory, what you said, but it still doesn't make sense.
It just makes more sense.
All the matches are normal. Yes,
I know.
Definitely.
I know. I'm waiting. We don't have any stipulations in any matches at all.
Yeah.
That's what these 3 weeks of build-up are for, or to figure out what the stipulation is going to be in every match.
Well, I don't... Again, the whole Samoa Joe... I'm fine with Samoa Joe getting a title shot. They should have built this up. They didn't build this up at all. They didn't do anything with it. They just automatically announce it. They could have built it up into a storyline, and it's just like, oh, okay, here, you get the title shot. You create a storyline out of it.
Extreme Rules doesn't seem extreme to me.
No.
Yeah, James, I agree with you.
I'm sick of Shane getting his douchebag off my TV. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Someone's going to destroy him.
I hope so.
Well, maybe not, because WWE doesn't do things like that.
He doesn't have to earn it, but Dolph does.
Don't be shocked if Dolph still doesn't get into the match somehow.
I'm not going to be
Just saying.
shocked. I'm not going to be shocked if he gets his way into the match, because... Okay, let's start with this segment, and then we'll talk about this New Day Kofi Dolph situation. So, Shane's video, he's talking about he's mad, and, the locker room, don't get on his bad side. Okay, now we're done with that. Moving on. Kofi and the New Day open SmackDown Live. Kofi comes out, talks about how his match was made with Joe at Extreme Rules. After last night, he got attacked, and blah, 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 blah. Then Dolph comes out and is like, it should have been me! And then he goes on to say, you took the easy way out of winning our match. You jumped out of the cage. You didn't even pin me in the ring. You coward. And I was sitting there going, bro, it was a cage match. There were 3 different ways you could get out of the cage. Or win. Win would be the word. Win. Not get out of the cage. You can either jump out of the cage, climb out of the cage, or get pinned in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Dolph, as Scott said, Dolph was going to jump out of the cage. But Kofi did first. So then he comes back here, and he's talking about how, you took the easy way out. This was not okay. I'm like, bro, you were about to do the same thing. I just don't. Dolph. You have go away heat. That's what you have. Nobody wants to see you on the TV anymore. Just go away. Not because they overuse you, just because nobody likes you. They want you to leave. That's the kind of heat Baron Corbin should have, but he doesn't, because they use him on TV way too much. Well, so he has the legitimate get off my TV heat. Where with Dolph, it's not like we're going to change the channel because we're sick of looking at him.
Well, again, I don't understand why...
It's 2 different situations here.
What is? I don't understand why they're not, creating... And I've said this. Make wins and losses mean something. The wins and losses mean nothing. Nothing. Yes, they are recycling the same matches.
Well, at least they know how to recycle. That's a plus there.
Dolph, Corbin, Shane should team up and be called the Biggest Losers. Yeah, that'd be funny.
So...
I don't know. I would love to see some sort of a, rating system.
Yeah.
The top 5 or whatever. And then it changes based on wins and losses and, have your contenders based on that. Yeah.
That'd be nice, but they're not going to do that. So then Dolph goes on to say that tonight, I talked to some people backstage that are good buds of mine. And, so in other words, Shane. So tonight, you and I, Kofi, we're going to have a match. And guess what? If I win, I get added to your match with Samoa Joe.
Top 10 on SmackDown.
I get added to your match with Samoa Joe at Extreme Rules. Another little thing here is that this match that we're going to have is going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. So, good luck, Kofi. Bye-bye. I'll be back later.
A pointless match.
It was very pointless because they just stuck with Kofi versus Samoa Joe.
Well, and that's just it. The thing is, I don't understand.
There was literally no purpose to this match because they were going to leave it as Kofi versus Samoa Joe. Now,
Yeah.
as you said, they can always go in later and add Kofi or add Dolph anyways, because I have a feeling they probably will. But I would just prefer Samoa Joe versus Kofi.
Yeah.
Then you add Dolph into the scenario. If you do that, he's going to lose 3 times in a row to Kofi. Dolph will be the ref.
Special guest referee.
We don't need to.
That'll be something that they do like later on. They'll say that there's going to be a special guest referee.
Of Samoa Joe's choice.
Yeah.
You know, he'll wait till the last second. We'll get this whole storyline again. That would be awesome. Not. So yeah, that happened. Then we go to backstage. Well, actually, we get a commercial break, and then we go backstage, and we have Miz and Elias. Super sorry, I just kicked a box. Miz and Elias. And Miz walks up to who is Elias standing out of outside of Shane's office. And he's like, I want Shane. Where is he? Oh, he's probably in his office. But where is he? I need to end what I started tonight. Where is Shane? Then good old Elias is like, well, you don't want to mess with him tonight. He's not in a good mood. You should leave. Get out of here, homie. Before you get destroyed. Because it's coming. Miz is like, no, I want Shane. Where is Shane? And then Elias starts playing his guitar, and Miz grabbed it by the top of it so he couldn't play. And he was like, if you don't tell me where Shane is or let me go in there, this is not going to end well for you. And then he was like, he's in his office, but you don't want to go in there. And then Miz just walked away. Like, he just walked away.
James says, I feel for Miz. I feel for Miz, but I think if the end game is to have him destroy Shane because he sees himself as being the one that created him, I'm cool with this storyline. I'm cool with the way this is going right now.
Me too. If they're ultimately going to have him destroy him.
If he ultimately is the one that ends up destroying, like, taking him out, then I think that I'm cool with where they're going with this.
Hello, Elijah. How's it going? I like Teal Miz with Maurice. I do too. I also like Miz as a babyface, which is what he is right now.
Well, I think Miz could probably do
He
either
could
one.
do
He does pretty
anything.
good,
He's
I think,
really
but-
good at face, though. He's really good at both. But I really like him as a face.
What's the opinion on Seth Rollins with Will Ospreay's Twitter beef?
Seth, okay, so, like, quick synopsis. Seth is, like, backing up WWE. And Will Ospreay obviously is not. And he's like, oh, well, WWE is superior to, like, you and everybody else. And I'm a better wrestler than you. And I get paid more than you. And blah, 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 blah. It's, I don't know.
Personally, I think that any WWE superstar should probably stay out of trying to be in a conflict with
Some other brand.
any other brand.
It's not even like you can do anything about it. You're just going to work yourself into a shoot.
Well, you can't. I mean, you can't do anything about it. And the one thing is you are in WWE. You should probably get paid more money than people from other organizations. You are in the spotlight more than any other organization.
Yeah.
So you should, I mean, in theory, be more popular than anyone in any other organization. Or
But
at least
that's
be
not
more
always the
well
case.
known. But the fact that they're like going back and forth, I think Seth should just take the high road on this. I understand what Will Ospreay is doing.
Yeah.
He's kind of stirring a hornet's nest here, and he's getting his name out there.
Yeah.
And because I'm sure some people are like, oh, I have no idea who he is. And since he's got him
I
in
didn't
this
know
Twitter
who he
feud,
was until a couple months ago. I
Yeah.
had no idea who he was. He already took the L when he tweeted about comparing bank account. Yeah, see, like, that's the thing. Is, you know, it was all fine and dandy when they were just talking about companies and who had better pro wrestling and who had better whatever. And then they started talking about money. Oh, I get paid more than you. I make more money than you do. Like, yeah. I think he should just stop.
Well, there's no point in it.
No.
I mean...
And as I said, they're just working themselves into a shoot.
Well, it doesn't...
They're all going to hate each other by the end of it. It's the way life works. Question. Anyone sick of Mandy Rose and DeVille besides me? They should let Ember Moon on TV more besides those two planks.
I'm hoping that, based on what we've seen the last couple nights, you're going to start to see more wrestlers on TV and more wrestlers utilized.
I hope so.
That's kind of, what the feeling I get is they're trying to involve more wrestlers.
Yeah.
Just based on what we've seen the last couple nights on Raw and SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we're headed that way.
Hope so. Yeah, that segment was decent. Elias then is just standing there with his guitar, and Shane comes out of his office and is like, I like your jams. Your tunes are really good, bro. Who is out here bothering you? He was like, Miz. He wants you, Shane. He wants to beat you up. And Shane was like, you know what? I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to let him. But, because there's always a but when we're talking about Shane McMahon. But he has to get through you, Elias, in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Literally not even 10 minutes after this stupid Kofi 2 out of 3 falls match is announced. We have this dumb Elias versus Miz 2 out of 3 falls match announced. What?
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Jeez. Now, my theory here.
What's the end game for Elias?
I don't think they have any idea at this point.
I think Elias is kind of the GOAT. The I don't want to say GOAT because that's like
the greatest of all time.
Term the wrong ways. But he's the
GOAT. He is the greatest of all time, and that's just the way it is.
He's going to be the one that does all the dirty work.
Yeah. I see him after this Shane thing is done. He's going to go to chase the 24/7 championship.
Yes.
That's where he's going.
I think so too. Once they get through all
sad and upsetting, but
this feud and everything, I see him chasing around the 24/7. I agree. So then we have the New Day versus the Planet's champs.
Brian and Rowan. I just wrote the Planet's champs because I didn't want to spell both their names. So New Day ends up getting the win in this match. It was a good match, I thought. But the one thing I did not like is that we had Brian pinned 2 days in a row. And I was like, I don't like that. Like, it's always Brian who gets pinned just because Rowan is the bigger guy. And he's generally not taken out.
Well, I think you probably get more over pinning Brian than you do pinning Rowan.
You might, but I just think it's kind of ridiculous that Brian is continuously getting pinned.
Well, I think what's ridiculous is we keep seeing the same matches.
Okay, I understand that too, but I think it's ridiculous that they are being pinned all the time.
They are poor tag teams. I don't like them as tag team champions.
I don't mind them, if I'm being honest. What's just every time Shane has to ask an answer to say best in the world, he's a joke. Champions always lose in non-title matches. It's just kind of facts.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I remember a day, anytime that the champions were on, it was for the title. Anytime they were on TV, it was for the title.
Yeah.
Now, probably at least half the time, probably more than that, your championship titles aren't even up for grabs when they're on.
Or even on TV. Let's just be real here.
Yeah.
So, New Day ends up getting the win, and then after, KO and Sami come and attack the New Day. Then Rowan gets involved. Then we get Heavy Machinery, who comes out to the aid of the New Day, and they all clean house. They just don't care, it seems. True. Then we go to commercial break, and we come back. You will never guess what was on my TV. A meaningless 8-man tag match? Say what? I'm shocked. So we had Heavy Machinery and the New Day versus Brian and Rowan and KO and Sami. Awesome. Heavy Machinery and New Day end up getting the win. And, yeah, that's that. Moving on. Then we get Miz versus Elias.
Hang on. What was the point of this?
There was a point.
That's just it. I mean, there was no point to it. It seemed like it was just a time filler.
Well, look, those are like your 4 tag teams right now.
Why?
I don't know.
You could have put... There's other tag teams you could have put out there during this time. If you wanted to have a tag team match, have a tag team match. Throw out, throw out the Viking Experience Raiders, whatever their names are. And,
They're on Raw, so.
Okay, so what? We've obviously seen that the
There weren't
brands
as many
don't matter.
wild cards tonight as there were before.
Brands don't mean anything.
No, but there weren't as many wild cards tonight, so I don't know. I don't know. It was not good.
No, it wasn't.
Well, so then we had a Mustafa Ali video, and it was the same video that they showed, it was a very similar video to the one that they showed on Stomping Grounds, where he was like, oh, I'm here to be your light, I'm here to save you, I'm here to whatever. He's getting a character change, and I don't know what they're doing.
Is it possible that somehow he's going to be tied into a Bray Wyatt
I have no
thing?
idea. Because now, I think I kind of know where Aleister Black is going. Mustafa Ali, I don't have a clue. We have finally gotten somewhere with the Aleister Black stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Foreshadowing, people.
Yeah.
So, Miz versus Elias in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This was meh. So, Elias ends up winning, and then Miz got the crap kicked out of him by Shane and Shane.
By Shane and Shane?
Yes. Because it was just Shane.
Oh, yeah.
Elias didn't really do anything.
Got you.
He did. He held up Miz so Shane could do a spear.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then he set Miz up for the coast to coast. And then Shane did that. Awesome match, guys. Awesome. So then we have Finn Balor. What? In an interview. And he's back, apparently. And we're talking about his match now from Super Showdown. And how he beat Andrade. And how did he manage to do that? Yeah, we're a couple weeks too late, you idiots. Jeez. Super Showdown was, how long ago?
3 weeks.
June 7th. June 7th, guys.
Almost 4 weeks.
That was like a month ago.
Yeah.
And we're just now talking about
Nakamura's
Finn
alive.
Balor and Andrade's match. Why is that? Finn Balor wasn't at Stomping Grounds. Stupid. I know where they're going with him now because they're going to have him in a match at Extreme Rules with Nakamura, who showed up tonight, as Export said. He is alive. He is not dead. Good to know. Nakamura comes up, and he looks at the title, and he's like... And then he walked off into the sunset. That was it. He didn't speak one word. Didn't really look at Finn, just championship, and then walked off.
Yeah.
He's going to have a match with him at Extreme Rules. Don't be shocked if that match isn't announced, over the weekend, because we have to have every single match announced in the first week.
Yeah, and I don't like that. R-Truth and Carmella saving WWE. I think their comedic act is probably one of the best things going right now because it's consistent. The thing about the whole thing about their segments aren't real long.
No.
So, it's not like a 25-minute deal with them talking about something or a 25-minute, like, let's just sit here on these two or sit on whatever situation is that they're in. Their segments are fairly quick. And so
a lot of the time they're split up through the evening.
Yeah, I think it makes it interesting.
Yeah, it does. So, Finn Balor is live, and so is Nakamura. Expect to see a title match between the two of them. Now, would they put a title back on Nakamura?
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I wouldn't either. But would they?
I don't know. I wish they would
Because they
And
haven't
hopefully over
used
the next
him in
couple
months.
weeks.
Well, I can't say the same for Finn Balor because I haven't used him in months.
Well,
either.
here's what I don't want. I don't want Nakamura and Finn Balor wrestling next week. I don't want them wrestling the week after. I want things being led up to, if the whole idea is to have them in Extreme Rules, have something being led up to them facing one another at Extreme Rules. Whether that's like, you know, they're having it, one of them's having an interview and the other one comes in and like interrupts it.
Attacks him, whatever.
Or yeah, and they don't even necessarily have to attack him. Just come out and say, you know, I see you're kind of taking my spot here. This should be my interview or something. You know, just something.
Yeah.
So as long as they build it up and don't have them immediately just go into a match like next week, then you know, build it up to Extreme Rules.
Let Finn keep it. Well, I was thinking after we get past Samoa Joe.
Question is, James,
Hypothetically.
let me ask you this: what does Finn Balor's title mean?
Absolutely nothing. Vince does not like Nakamura's mic skills. Yeah, because
I can understand that, which is why
he doesn't speak very much English.
The thing is you can put someone in his place.
That's why
like,
they put Paige with Asuka and Kairi Sane.
You could put a manager with them
Was
and
for that very purpose.
have someone serve as his mouthpiece and have him be, because I think that if you have that, I think he would be fine.
I mean, he got by before where he was a huge star and didn't have to do a ton of talking. He was like going for the WWE Championship and stuff. And he didn't have, I don't really remember him doing tons of promos and tons of mic skills.
I know they don't like his mic skills. I mean, that's a huge part of why they don't like him.
They don't. I think that's one of the reasons why they haven't used him.
I think that you could, there's lots of things you could do with him. Have someone be his spokesperson. And have him be the you know, they've done it before.
They do it with Brock Lesnar, who can, you know, talk. He's fine.
Nakamura doesn't deserve nothing. You know, I wasn't a huge Nakamura fan when I watching him, but I kind of, I think he's decent in the ring.
He is.
Which is huge.
Really good, actually, in my opinion.
So
I don't like.
If it's his mic skills that are hurting him, then put him in a position where someone is doing the talking for him.
Yeah.
And see what he does with that.
Yeah.
And I mean, if nothing else, have him speak Japanese and have someone like translate it.
He could like yell at everybody in Japanese and we'd have no idea, but it'd sound aggressive. They've had Asuka do that before.
Yeah.
Where she's gotten on the mic and she'll like start off with like something in English, like a sentence in English, and then she's like, yeah, and she like just yells.
Yeah.
In Japanese. And we have no clue what she's saying. But she's yelling, it sounds aggressive. It sounds like it's not good. And
yeah, I mean, promos. I don't know. So then we have Bayley versus Nikki.
And if Nikki wins, Alexa gets a title opportunity at Extreme Rules.
I thought this was a good match. I thought it was a solid match.
I thought this was a good match. I didn't like the fact that Nikki was not Nikki, I guess. I don't like the fact that they had Alexa get the title shot if Nikki won.
I do.
I understand
I like the way they did it.
I know you do. I understand it because it's going along with the, she's using me situation.
Yes.
And it should be Nikki getting the title shot, but it's Alexa. But I don't know.
Keep the storyline going.
You, right now, this is where Alexa's winning the title.
Well, and I'm telling you that if she wins the title at Extreme Rules, that Nikki Cross is winning it at SummerSlam.
For what purpose?
For what purpose?
They're going to do their feud between them and...
Because I think you'll see Alexa turn on her.
Because
Nikki Cross will become smart and realize
she'll get the championship, and she'll be like, oh,
I don't need you anymore.
What do I need you for now?
Yeah.
I got what I wanted, and she'll be like, well, I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
You jerk face. Bayley was right. I can't believe it. I listened to you.
I could see it happening.
So I said, She's probably gonna win the title
again, but they have to build it. Don't just like automatically go into.
No, but I'm still sticking
matches.
with Alexa because I would have been right had they not.
I like
Had
Kofi cashes in on
Bayley-
Kofi. Yeah, I like the new Brock as long as they keep the new Brock.
I don't see that happening right now.
Yeah, I have no clue when Brock's gonna cash in.
None whatsoever, which makes it good for him because he could show up 6 months from now. I think if he's going to cash in at any time, it'll probably be SummerSlam.
Probably.
Like, if they're looking for a big thing to get the belt back on him right away, it'll be SummerSlam.
Yeah. So then we have the R-Truth 24/7 Championship segment.
So Drake Maverick comes up to Truth and is like, you single-handedly ruined my life. My wife hates me. I no
We
longer...
should be writers for Alexa.
My wife hates me. I no longer have the 24/7 championship. I spent thousands of dollars, thousands of my mother-in-law's dollars on my wedding, and you ruined it. I just wanted to have a nice day where I could walk down the aisle with my 24/7 championship and marry my wife. But my wife hates me, and you ruined my life, Truth.
Yes.
Ruined it.
I hope Nikki destroys Alexa, but I think you're probably going to see. I'm guessing at SummerSlam, or at least I think that's where you should see it. Me personally. Now the writers, who knows what the writers will think, but I think that's where it should happen.
So then after this, Truth is like, man, what did I do?
I love this. I love this whole segment. I love
This
how they
was
did it. I love what they
really
did with
funny.
it.
He's like, if it means that much to you, go get a ref, and I'll let you pin me. You can have your championship back. Drake Maverick's like,
Really?
He was like, wow, it worked. It worked. Really? Okay. So he's like,
Yeah, like
and
there
the
was a ref
like, there
standing
was a
next
ref
to him. It's
standing
like
there, and he was like,
after he had just said, "I don't have a ref here," and then all of a sudden there's a ref there.
he was like, oh, come here. And then Truth got in his face and was like, psych, sucker, this championship. Oh, what did he say? He said,
I love this thing
I
more
love
than
this
you."
thing more than you love your wife. This is not going anywhere. Then he runs off, and the rest of the roster runs down the hallway, and they just plow over Drake Maverick. I felt so bad. I was like, man, I like this guy.
I thought it was funny.
I like this guy. I felt bad for Drake, but it was really funny.
It was good.
It was really good. But I was like, man, I like Drake. I feel so bad for the guy. He's lost his wife. He's lost his championship. He's still wearing the same clothes from his wedding. I don't know where his tie bandana went. But, man, I just felt bad for the guy.
His clothes are gonna start stinking sometime soon, if they haven't already. Drake
Drake,
was hit by jobbers.
I felt so bad, but it was such a good segment. This is like one of the best
Well,
24/7 segments.
I
my
think
opinion.
all of them with
They're all.
R-Truth, just because it's a comedic side of things, I think
I
they're pretty
think
good.
all of them with Truth and Drake are great. They work really well together. Like their comedic segments work really well together.
Well, and this is why I think there's probably a couple other people that could probably be the 24/7 champion,
But I like our Truth.
and I do too. But I mean, as far as like,
I'm giving Truth till SummerSlam, and that's when he's gonna actually lose it to somebody, and have to.
Well,
and somebody else will hold it for a bit.
I think that the not serious side
But ultimately, it'll all
makes
come back
it
to Truth.
interesting. Well, I think you could have like Elias. I think Elias could be the 24/7 champion.
Not
He's
getting
not
it
taken
off of
seriously.
Truth.
He's not taken seriously.
He's not taken seriously. I get that.
And
But I don't
some
want
of
him to take
things
the
he
championship
does
off of Truth.
are more comedic than
He can take the championship off of anybody else but Truth. Because when they take it off of Truth, Mavericks just
Hornswoggle.
needs to go. I meant Hornswoggle.
That's what makes R-Truth awesome.
That
Is
is-
just the fact that
Disrespectful, James!
the fact
I
that,
don't allow that in my chat. Where's the ban button?
the
Jeez.
fact that R-Truth could sit there and look at someone and call him a totally different name, like just quick,
He does it to everybody.
without smiling or laughing or doing any of that, I think is pretty
I think
awesome.
because he's been doing it for so many years now, he does that with everybody, and that's his whole gimmick through his whole career. Is like, oh, some guy that I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is when I first started watching wrestling again, I don't know if you remember this, but we were sitting there and we were watching. There was a segment with him. He was
like the U.S. champ or something. He was getting ready to be the U.S. champ.
And he had said something about someone's name wrong, and I was like, "What?" He didn't even say the right person. What's he talking about?
And then you got it, and
then you were like, "Oh, that's just like his character does that." So I went back and I watched some of his stuff, and I was like, "Oh, it makes more sense now."
It's really funny. He's got it. He's got it. So yeah, that was like a really good segment. Then we had the Ember Moon versus Sonya Deville match. I don't love that Sonya won. I wish Ember did.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it would have made.
I feel like they're just on TV a lot now, and they are. They always win. That it needs to be something different. It's like with Drew. Drew has lost to Roman so many times. I felt like he should have gotten the win at Stomping Grounds, but he didn't.
Yeah. Thank you.
Stop it. So Sonya wins. Decent match. Not horrible.
Yeah.
Not great.
Again, they're promoting the women here, so I think it's a good thing.
I do too. They had two.
You getting
two
more
matches.
women out there that you haven't seen?
They had 2 matches tonight for the women.
Yeah.
They had 2 commercial breaks where they did the split screen.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Keep that.
Definitely.
But I have a feeling we're not going to because they're going to do the stupid thing where they drag the matches out.
Probably.
And over the course of a commercial break, and they stop the wrestling.
Yeah.
Or they stop the match.
So then we have an Aleister Black promo.
This was what we were waiting for. So, he's like talking. Where is Charlotte? Vacationing?
That's my guess.
I don't know. She was at Stomping Grounds, but she hasn't been there for like 2-3 weeks now. 2 weeks.
But, again, this is what I said they should be doing with all the wrestlers. Give them a month off or 2 months off or whatever during the year. Let someone else step up and get a spotlight and get recognized.
I'm telling you right now, she's coming back and she's going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Probably.
It doesn't matter who it is, she's going to.
Yeah.
And it'll just be the thing. We're all so used to it now that when Charlotte's not there, we're like, where is she? Because she's always there.
Yeah.
We always see her. Well, not always, because it depends on the week. But we generally see her about every week, every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we haven't. It's been almost 3, and so it's a little weird. So we'll just have to see. I don't know. Ember deserves better.
Hey, the fact that she was actually on the show tonight
And not
is
just
a
in
step.
the backstage.
So maybe we'll start to see some changes.
Maybe, I hope. So, the Aleister Black promo. Aleister starts off by being like, anybody? Anyone? Pick a fight with me. Anybody? Come pick a... Never mind. And then he sits in his chair. The lights go out. Somebody, bangs on his door. The lights come back on. And he has, this devilish grin on his face. And he's just like... It's coming, people. Just you wait and see. It's coming.
So what's your theory?
Bray Wyatt.
What makes you think it's Bray Wyatt?
I don't know. Just the fact that this is, it was... it was Cesaro. That's funny. I don't know, man. But I'm just thinking it's Bray Wyatt.
What if it's The Undertaker?
I don't think it's The Undertaker. I'm thinking it's Bray Wyatt.
Could be. I mean, we've talked about that, so I mean, it could be that. I don't know. It's I don't
know if they're going to be on the same side or if he's going to try and come and pick a fight with him, because that's what he's been wanting this whole time, is for someone to come and pick a fight with him.
Yeah.
So what's it gonna be?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
It was a good segment though.
Yeah.
Like the build up, we were waiting for this segment. This probably could have happened maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Well, I think they need to make it go a little quicker. I definitely think that.
But what makes it even make more sense to me that it's Bray Wyatt is the fact that the Firefly Funhouse stuff ended last week.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen Bray Wyatt on TV at all this week. And then we get this from Aleister Black the week after Bray is done.
Yeah.
And he has like disappeared out of the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah. It might make sense.
And we've seen all the puppets around.
If Aleister cuts another promo next week.
Yeah.
It depends on what they do with it. I mean, they need to, and maybe now that someone's knocked on his door, maybe that means he's going to be on the show.
I hope.
So we'll see what happens. So then we have Kofi versus Dolph.
Yeah.
Again.
For the 50th time.
Yeah.
This match was unnecessary. Very unnecessary because the way it ended was with Kofi winning. And if Dolph won, he was out of the match. So why did we just have this match? If,
WWE tweeted it that Cesaro was the one that knocked on the door.
I'll have to look.
I wonder what that means.
Let's go look at the Twitter machine.
So anyway, Kofi ends up getting the first fall. Then to make it interesting, Dolph gets the second fall.
WWE shop,
And
stupid stuff.
Kofi ends up getting the third fall. The point of this match was what?
There was no point!
Yeah.
Because Kofi and Samoa Joe are still having a singles one-on-one match. Why did we need to see Dolph versus Kofi again? They should have just left it the way it was. It was good yesterday, or good on Sunday with the way they ended the match and everything. It was great. They just went and screwed it up by having them have another match.
Well, I don't think they know how to start. To start feuds.
I just think they don't know what to do at all.
I think that WWE has an issue right now with trying to figure out how to get feuds started.
Yeah.
Without having wrestlers face each other. You know? You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
2 out of 3 falls are boring. I agree. I hate 2 out of 3 falls.
Especially when they do them every week.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's just kind of annoying.
Definitely.
Not kind of annoying. It is.
Yeah, it's really annoying. 2 out of 3 falls, definitely are annoying.
I'm looking.
I would say. I would say that we are pretty much done.
I think so.
Anything else? Any news?
No.
We need to add?
Just tomorrow we have NXT. This is another week I'm not looking forward to watching.
Yeah, tomorrow's NXT. I don't know, we'll cover it. Everybody knows pretty much what happened.
Everybody already knows what's happening here, so...
Yes, definitely. Dolph is hard to take seriously, especially when he whines all the time.
I'm telling you, I generally look forward to NXT every week. Last week, I didn't, and I'm not looking forward to it again this week.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be this way all the way up till TakeOver.
Probably.
Which is in August. So, should be some fun times over there.
Yeah.
Because, oh boy. They've just kind of messed themselves up with all the spoilers that have gotten out, so...
But
we need to fix that!
We will be back tomorrow with NXT, so, we'll be here.
SmackDown Live is becoming Raw 2.0. Pretty unwatchable for me.
It is. Right now,
I felt, again, Raw was better this week than SmackDown. That was the way it was last week, because I felt like SmackDown was not good.
No, I didn't think.
They've been making Raw better.
I thought Raw was solid this week.
They've been making Raw
this you
better.
have is here is the problem.
SmackDown
They're trying
isn't.
to do the same storylines both nights. They're trying to do something with the same storylines.
Well, Kofi and Dolph, we didn't see that yesterday. They did save that for SmackDown.
Yeah, but even with that, we saw it Sunday.
Yeah.
So why are we seeing it again?
Yeah. Why couldn't we have talked about the Samoa... Well, I mean, the Samoa Joe and Kofi thing is new. Why couldn't we have started to build upon that?
Well, you don't have to build upon that. I mean...
I understand the dude...
The whole idea
No,
behind...
the dude attacked him from behind, but does that make you get a title shot? No. Why is he getting a title shot? Tell us why he's getting a title shot. Explain to us why he's getting a title shot. Not just because, oh yeah, he's Samoa Joe and he deserves it. Or, oh yeah, he attacked me from behind, so
well, it doesn't
he's
matter.
going to get
they'd already decided
he's
they're going to
get
give
a
him a title
shot
just because of that. So I don't understand why. I mean, the build-up should be happening and without them facing one another. I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Have them face each other at Extreme Rules, but have the other things going on between now and then. I mean, they could have had like Samoa Joe interfere in the match tonight or something.
Yeah.
And it would have made, we could have kind of would have gotten a story going there.
Well, and then it would have counted for one of the falls because that's what happened in the.
James is gonna watch the 2-hour season finale of The Amazing Race instead of watching.
There isn't any more good heels left on SmackDown Live, I guess.
They
could make somebody a heel, bro. They got EC3 backstage. Why aren't we making EC3 a heel?
They don't use them. That's the big thing is they don't use people that they could be using. And get rid of the brands. Call your show SmackDown, call your show Raw, but have crossover.
Yeah.
With everybody. And that doesn't mean put everybody on Raw.
Doesn't mean put
and
everybody on the
SmackDown,
show the same week.
With that, we will be back tomorrow. Some of you we probably won't expect to see just because you know what's going to happen, but we will do a show anyway.
Okay, real quick, Lacey and Corbin. So WWE put up a tweet and they were like, "Oh yeah, is our Lacey?" I can't even talk about it without coughing. Jeez. No, is the Lacey and Corbin gonna take over and become the newest power couple? And everybody was like, "What are you even talking about? Because they aren't even a couple, WWE. Stupid. Becky and Seth are an actual couple, and Lacey and Corbin are not. So that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So think before you tweet.
Yep. So,
anyways, moving on.
Anyway, we will be back tomorrow. Reminder, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT, every pay-per-view.
Generally.
Yeah.
Unless we're out of town,
Becky and Seth are running right through this. Yeah, I would think so. No, I don't think so. I think the titles are going to change hands.
Or whatever. I was going to say
as we get closer, we'll talk about it.
I was going to say that it would be a lie because you said yesterday that they're not
We'll see what happens.
And I was going to smack you upside the head.
See what happens over the next couple weeks.
I was going to smack you upside the
With
head.
that, we are out of here. See you tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace.